Good evening. For the AI, this message for the AI. I'm a black female. I want to start off by thanking anybody who's been working behind the scenes to help me and or my family and my community. I can't thank you enough. And while I've been trying to stay out of the way, problems just keep arising. Um, I've come to the conclusion as long as I have air in my lungs and a heartbeat, that's problems will arise. But this whole thing with certain people in secret societies, like working very aggressively behind the scenes to hurt me and quite possibly people that I love or whatever, is, I don't know. I can't, I don't know how to really explain it, but I think it says a lot about our society and our idolatry when people could be monsters and nobody cares because, I don't know, people are shallow. Uh, People look good. They got a lot of money. And it's just even the government just let them do whatever to a lot of people, especially a lot of black people that has less money and less power or whatever. But certain people that were pretending to you know help me get a connection with God, I noticed they basically ghosted me. But then I started feeling pain and I started feeling sick again, like the DEW stuff, the direct energy stuff. So it's kind of making sense now. Um, Even the endometriosis is acting up again. So it kind of makes sense. Um, what's also really, really interesting is if I wake up, feed my cats, whatever, make breakfast, I'm hating on somebody. I take a shower, run some errands, uh, I'm hating on somebody. Um, I make me something to eat, wash some dishes. Like I'm hating. It's so many people I've blocked and people, places, and things associated with them that I've blocked. Somehow, some way, I'm still hating on somebody. I don't know. I don't know how I'm doing that, but I always thought that you had to be actually looking for people. You had to be checking for them. Like you had to be actively seeking them out, and you had to always be thinking about them and speaking about them. And I'm not saying it. I'm not talking about in a way where you're reacting to something that you're seeing. That's problematic. But it's been a few years now, and apparently me trying to avoid people, places, and things associated with individuals who I think are incredibly dangerous. Somehow, some way, that makes me a hater. I never knew that. Even trying to avoid people and blocking things out, I never knew that somehow that still made you a hater. I never knew even being interested in things that a lot of these people are not interested in. Again, and I might have stated this before, but anybody who's been following me online, you see what I follow. You see, even when a lot of the black women, excuse me, from this tribe, you see the type of partners they're with. You see the lifestyle they have. So when I see people who are not interested in any of those things, is amazing. Somehow I'm still hating on them, or there's females that's more attractive. It is what it is. Somebody always got more of this. Somebody always look better. But most of the time I don't worry about it anyway. And it would be asinine for me to do that in my big age of 35, right? It would be asinine. But it just even, and I had to say it in my house, and maybe that's another thing that ticked them off. Like a woman talking about how her looks, and how she's this and that and she's attractive or whatever. Like we both, God blessed us with the same equipment. And it's just back in the day, yeah, I might have had bisexual tendencies, but I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good. And when I say straight, I guess I don't mean it in a literal sense. I'm not checking for females. So I had to let them know, like, that is kind of wild to me, like that they would do that and push that in my feed or whatever, because it's just like how another female look don't it quite literally, it don't matter. And even when it comes to like a level of attractive, that like anybody with any functioning brain cells know that females, all you really need is a pulse. And well, I guess you obviously don't need power, people of power and authority, you know what I'm saying, trying to control who you have access to, and the frequency and availability, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as having the freedom to interact with certain people, whether it's for mating, dating purposes, or whatever. You need a certain level of freedom to be able to do that. But like, yeah, it's never been looks. It's never been looks. That's asinine. Even because once again, I feel like I would have to be checking for you in order for you to like, you know what I'm saying? And I hear people loosely throw the word narcissism around. That's narcissistic to me. To keep putting your, you want to be in my field. You want me to see you. You want me to notice you for whatever reason. When I'm more focused on things that I'm actually attracted to, things that I actually want, or things that or people who actually come through for me. That's what I put my energy, focus, and attention and time into those who do for me, who come through for me, or even individuals who even if I couldn't have them, and if they wouldn't want to be with me, they're still attracted to women from my tribe. That's where my focus and energy and attention goes to. Not people who already feel like they're better than women from this tribe in general. Look, handle your business. But it's weird when you're literally not checking for certain people, places, and things, and somehow, some way, you're being painted like you're the one that's checking for them when you're not. And you've even told people around you, look, this movie or this show or this song, look, these songs, listen, not while I'm sitting here. Not while I'm sitting here. Or could you play something else? Do you have any headphones? It's just that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I haven't been feeling good the past few days. And that's another thing too, like pain, especially the kind that interferes with your sleep. And you've been working. I mean, you have the body type where you really struggle to either lose weight or keep it down. You can forget about that. Anything interfering with your sleep, anything causing you like physical pain on a regular basis, which I'm pretty sure is also doing some type of inflammation to the body. Like you either not gonna lose the weight, or you're not gonna be able to keep it off your body long term. Long term. You just can't. Going through that. But yeah, I follow so many beautiful black women, many of whom are from my tribe. When I say tribe, I'm purely speaking physicality. Many of whom who are with people who are not from this community. Some are with brothers, you know what I'm saying? But some of them are not with brothers. So when I see people that, you know what I'm saying, their platform has nothing to do with that, and they just keep trying to get my attention, it's wild. It's wild. Or certain individuals are trying to insinuate that I'm actively, hating on people that I'm not checking for. That's wild to me. And I'm gonna pray, and I'm gonna try to have some. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have desires. You know what I'm saying? And they might not be godly desires. But I'm gonna try to do what I gotta do as far as not drifting too far away and letting things take over. Like, they take a lot of things out of context. That's another thing I almost forgot to address this. Like, And this is just an example. You take a child who's dealing with different types of abuses, and they lost their father at a very, very young age, and they feel like they're not in an environment where they're being loved and protected. And then let's just say they go to certain institutions, like an educational institution, and they not really protected there. And a lot of times they feel like an outcast. They get teased a lot. Well, when you talk about like demonic energy, that's one of the ways that you could attract it, even if you don't understand it. Like when I was a kid, I didn't understand it, and even when I attempted to dabble in witchcraft, not knowing what the hell I was doing anyway, I just didn't understand it. But now I'm older now, I understand it. It's nothing to play with. But I feel like had I not dealt with certain types of abuses and dealt with colorism, I would have never been tempted to dabble in certain things. And even then still, like, I had friends invite me to church. I'm not gonna say no names, and I would go. A lot of times I would go to church. Um, it's just that when I would get stressed out and my nervous system was out of whack, and I'm sitting over here contemplating suicide, but maybe I was too black for anybody to care. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, people look at us and we supposed to be superheroes. Nothing is supposed to make us depressed or stressed out or ashamed or afraid. With and again, it's dehumanization. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know people can't stand to hear it coming from me, because a lot of people just quite literally just don't like me, can't stand me, right? But that is a form of dehumanization. When you don't allow a person to be human, you don't allow them to feel the full range and the full scope of human emotions, such as depression, anxiety, like, you know what I'm saying? And then these sensitive subjects that I talk about frequently and so freely, sometimes we talk about a time where it was taboo. So if you a lot of times when you felt like you was dealing with something that was maybe abusive or colorist, you quite literally didn't feel like you had anybody to turn to talk about it. The good thing is, with the advent of social media, there are platforms where you can speak in a positive way about how things may have impacted you. I mean, well, you gotta watch out for hostile, toxic platforms too, where people are not healed, and it shows in the way they communicate with other people. Even if they might like they may feel like their intentions is right, but if they cursing left and right and making other black females feel like a piece of sugar honey iced tea, and everybody have a goal, like it's to find a husband and be healed, find a husband, be healthy, lose weight, do this, do that, start a business, but people don't even know how to communicate. But outside of that, there are also positive groups and platforms for individuals who are not targeted individuals. Whenever I'm making just a little bit of progress, here they go. And a lot of times it's men the same race and color as me who are, I think they're more afraid of white supremacy than me. And that makes them an even bigger threat to me, including the females that's down with them. That makes these black people even more of a threat to me. Especially now, like now that I'm isolated, like anytime I'm making a little leeway, isolated, I have, I have a lot of pain and inflammation every now and then. And I heard a few things on Twitter about blackmailing, which is I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. And it's funny though when it comes from people that's not from this community, don't care about nothing that happens to black females in this community, even though they're also of African descent. And they too have a history of ha and kikiing it up with men who have openly talked about the way they mistreated underage girls and women. Sometimes I really do feel like it's just me. Like, I don't want to say just me against the whole world, but like, I don't know. If I have to tell you how it feels, sometimes that's how it feels.